Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Kathy at Attic Treasures, etc. And I'm still working on my owl journal. And one of the things I like to do with my journals is to make covers for each signature. So I'll have 3 signatures, so 3 signature covers. And I do like to decorate them up a bit. So I'm going to do one of those today. So I'm going to set this guy aside. And I have taken the scrapbook paper from the haberdashery scrapbook paper collection that I got at Hobby Lobby a while back, and I really like it because of the craft paper that it's made on, and one side is the plain craft paper. But what I want to do is to add a little bit of interest to the inside, and I'm going to use one of these napkins that I got at Party City. And normally I don't go to Party City for napkins, but we were in the area and I just wanted to see what their selection was. So I'm going to cut this right down the seam. I've already removed the backing. So I'm only going to use half of this. And I'm going to put it more towards the top, like so, because I'm going to put a pocket across the bottom. So I'm going to take my Collage medium. I really like this. You can use Mod Podge too, but for some reason I just really like this Distress Collage medium by Tim Holtz. And I like to just go in sections. Makes it easier, I think. Just putting a top coat on. Okay, I'm going to set this aside to dry. And now I've got this lace that I'm going to use for the edges. But I don't want it to be this color. I want to kind of grunge it up a little bit, I guess, or at least color it up a little bit. So I'm going to use some of this Distress Spray Stain and Wild Honey. Just rub the back of it through the overspray here. You can even get the back a little bit as well. And then I've also got this fresh balsam. It's a mica stain, and it's a kind of a green color, and it's kind of pretty. Okay, I like those colors. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside to dry. Now to prepare the pocket for the front, I have some offcuts from that scrapbook paper that I've been using. And I also have some of this chintzy fabric. And I thought I would glue this chintzy fabric onto this scrapbook paper because I think it looks really nice with the napkins that I use. So I'm hoping the Distress Collage medium will work for this as well. We'll give it a try. I'm going to be sewing it on as well. But I would like it to be tight against the scrapbook paper. So I'm just going to start, just trim off, do a rough trim on it until it dries. And just to make sure, I'm going to put a top coat on as well. I like that you can still see the paper below, underneath the fabric here. If you haven't seen my videos about how to take apart a chintzy rug and you know what that process is all about and what chintzy rugs are and things like that, I will link the playlist to that, or at least the first video, because I did a whole series on using chintzy rugs in junk journals, and I'll link that at the end. Okay, so that's ready to be set aside to dry. So far so good. Now we can bring this back in. And I have some leaves that I cut out using one of the Tim Holtz dies. I think they're called leaf fragments. And I wanted to include them in this kind of blank space up here. And these were made out of just some parchment paper and wax paper. This was wax paper that I had used to protect my desk. And of course it gets paint and all kinds of stuff on it. So I just thought, well, why don't I just try cutting the leaves out? And I think they came out really well. Now these two, this one and this one, I glued onto book page first before I cut before I used the dies to cut the leaves out. So on these heavier ones, I'm going to use art glitter glue, and then I'll use the Distress Collage medium on the thinner ones. That's just all wax paper. So the other day, my husband and I went up to one of our favorite antique stores up in Bellingham, and Debbie Wilson, if you're listening, it's called, because I know you're local, it's called Penny Pinchers. There's one called Penny Pinchers. It's like an estate sale type place. And then the other one is called Penny Lane. And that there's another one below Penny Lane, just downstairs from it, called Aladdin. And they have amazing items there that are really fun. I have never failed to find something for my junk journal craft from Penny Lane or Penny Pinchers. Well, actually, I don't think we got anything from Penny Pinchers this time, but we certainly have in the past. So that was a fun day. And if there's anybody else that's local to Western Washington, well, actually Western Washington, those are fun places to go check out. So of course I'm getting this glue all over my fingers. That's okay. Just reminds me of when I was little. I was always in my element if I could have paper, scissors, and glue. Not much has changed over the years. I grew up and did the responsible thing, and now that I'm all done doing the responsible thing, it's time to get back to the fun things. Right? Who's with me? Okay, all right, so that part is done. I think it looks pretty awesome. I'm just going to trim off the excess. Yeah, I really like those leaves. Okay, now for the other side, and I'm primarily going to work on this side because this will be the front of the signature cover. Better put the pin back in my glue. And I have some of this Tim Holtz collage paper that I'm going to put on the front. And this is called Etymology collage paper by Ideology, Tim Holtz. And I'll put a link to that in the description below. And I pulled this out. I use this quite a bit. And so I put the bigger pieces just back in this tube. Oh, I should give these tubes to my husband for his Boba Fett costume. Oh. Okay, anyway, and there was one that just happened to fit. It was already cut to fit, so I thought, okay, I'll just use this one. And we can go ahead and get started by using the Distress Collage Medium again, because these two items, the Distress Collage Medium and the collage paper, work really well together. So this brush also works really well with the Distress Collage Medium or with Mod Podge or anything like that. It's nice and it's a soft brush. Originally I was using the foam brushes from not Hobby Lobby, the Dollar Tree, but they kept breaking on me. It was really annoying. So I finally decided to go ahead and get this one, and I'm pretty happy with the results. Seems to work really well. I've got some owls here that I cut out of a book. Actually, I want to put these leaves here first. They're not leaves, they're feathers. Feathers, Kathy. These are left over from the owl feathers I made for the peekaboo owl. And I will put a playlist at the end of this video for all of the things that I've done so far for this journal. And one of them was really fun, making a little peekaboo owl. And I have this little stamp as well that I just thought looked really cute here. But I want to ink up the edges. And I'm just going to use Vintage Photo. It's like the colors. It's just a postage stamp that came on a letter, and it wasn't even canceled. And then I put it through my little Xyron sticker maker. Right there. Okay, now this glue has started to dry already, so we'll add another coat. Maybe, oh, I didn't put the little stamp out far enough. Put them out there. Move them out even a little bit farther. There, that's better. Gonna put some music page right there. Okay, so on the little music, I'm going to just ink up the edges a little bit. Okay, I'm going to sew around the pocket area and then attach the lace to the inside edges. and I'm going to sew that on too, and then sew around the whole thing, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I'm pretty happy with the way this is turning out. I want to zhuzh it up a little bit more, and I'm going to take one of these little owls that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to not peel apart the layers. So if you've ever gotten these, you know, you can soak them in water for just maybe a minute and a half or 2 minutes, and then you can peel the layers apart, and then you get four for the price of one. But I'm going to leave it intact, and I'm going to take some of this foundry wax, and I'm just going to color it. So I'm just going to set this aside for a moment. I'll tell you, I'm having a lot of fun with this owl journal. Okay, so I'm just putting some of the foundry wax here, and I think I will get my little tweezers out. There. Let's put my little tweezers there. And I'm just going to just paint this stuff on. And then when you heat it, it becomes really shiny. So it doesn't look like much until you get it heated up. And then the shine happens, and it's really pretty cool. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this now. It's nice, got a nice little shine to it, and I used the color Gilded of this Distress Foundry Wax. Okay, so now I'm ready to mount him on this pocket, and I wanted to use these leaves as kind of an accent. So I'm going to take some Fabri-Tac, and I'm just going to add some Fabri-Tac to the back of this leaf, and these are Dollar Tree leaves. They had them in the fall, and I don't know that they have them anymore, but I really like them a lot. I want it to lay as flat as possible on here, so I'm just going to give it a little bit of help. And then I want to put that little owl right there. And for that, I'm still going to use Fabri-Tac, but I want to use the Fabri-Tac that I have in the little Sugar Bell bottle. Oh, perfect. So cute. So I'm going to put something heavy on this for a minute before I do the other side, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I think this turned out super cute down here. Now I want to do a little bit more embellishing up in this corner, and I'm going to take one of these crocheted lace pieces that a friend of mine gifted me. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to use, because I'm going to be adding leaves to it as well. And I think I'll go ahead and use this one. So what I'm going to do is sew this button on through the two leaves and through the doily here, or the crochet. And I'm going to use some embroidery floss to do that. Okay, so to make it easy on myself, I'm going to glue the two leaves on first, because they were just slipping and sliding around and giving me kind of a fit. So we'll glue the two leaves on first, and then I'll sew the button through. This will just sort of hold everything in place. Okay, now I'm going to put a little spot of glue right there in the center of the bow just to make sure it doesn't come undone. And then I wanted to put that right there. Let's get the ends trimmed. I'm going to tie a knot in the end of each one so that it doesn't fray, and then glue the whole thing down up here in the corner. Okay, like that. And then I've got another little button that I wanted to put down in this. I've already put some embroidery floss through it, so I'm just going to glue the little button down. And then on the inside, one more little thing. I have these little stickers that I got from Dollar Tree a long time ago. Make sure you can still see. And I thought they would make really, really cute little owl eyes. I'm going to pull one off, and I'm going to make sure that when I cut it, I get all the little gem pieces. Let's cut off. Take 3 of them. And the reason I wanted to take 3 is because there's like one gem in the center that connects the one in the middle, the little flower shape, and I want the whole little flower shape. I don't want to miss any of the little gems. Sorry if you can't see what I'm doing. Right, there's one whole little flower. I'll just try to trim some of this sticky. One little eye. And another little eye. I think that's so cute. Can you see that okay? Yeah, I like that. Okay, and then one more little thing on the front, if I can find my little mushroom. I wanted to put one of these little mushroom stickers right here, and then I think I'll be done. Okay, it's done. Here we have it. So this is one of the signature covers, and I put some lace on it and some leaves, a little bit of lace right there, some collaging, and then inside I've got 2 pockets, one on each side. I may do something over here in the future when I'm finally putting the whole journal together, but I really, really, really like the way this came out. So like I said in the beginning when I first started this journal, most of it's going to be fairly neutral, but with little pops of color here and there, and I really like these little pops of color. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope if you're working on an owl journal, you're having just as much fun as I am. So I just want to thank everybody for watching, and hope you'll subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next video where I hope to be doing a pop-up. I want to have an interactive element in each signature, and so far I have 2 all completed, but I want to do a pop-up for the 3rd signature. So I'll be completing the other signature covers off camera, and the next time you see me, they'll be done. So have a wonderful day, everybody. Happy crafting, and don't forget to let the serendipity find you. Bye-bye.